Nostalgia hoops, nostalgia sports and culture. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now. Happy Sunday. This one of the great days to talk WNBA. Got a lot of games going on, and right now the Aces getting smoked on Amazon Prime by the garbage Minnesota Lynx. Earlier today, we're just gonna do a recap of WNBA today before we get into the topic. If you're tuning in and you're showing some love and you constantly watching the videos, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up for us so we can stay in the algorithm. We haven't been in as consistent as we was in the beginning of the season, but uh, we will do better. Forgive us. Um, so we had the Sparks and the Liberty play today. 84-74, the final score. Let's go into the stats, man. But I mean, the big reason what I want to talk about is the Aces are not a championship team right now. While we wait for everything to load up, I think the concept and in theory on what they're executing as far as the top, I think that's the future of the league, and we will begin to see more NBA type action like that they run. But I just think you need more depth to do it. And I think when other teams start to move in that direction, they just have more pieces. And other teams are focused on adding continually, not getting comfortable. And I think they are comfortable with being top heavy. For all stars, Hamby, Asia, Jackie, Psycho Plum. I think they're just happy with that. And other teams are adding pieces where they can, where they see fit. We've seen Atlanta make moves. We've seen Seattle make moves, Connecticut, um, and other teams are deep, like Washington. I just think there are a bunch of teams that's going to be in the playoffs that is a bad matchup over a series for Las Vegas. I think they're top heavy. On any given night, they can blow a team out. But when you have to go and um, make adjustments each game and you only have to focus on one team, you can just get locked in on one situation. Maybe travel isn't as bad. I just think it's going to be a problem for Vegas. And I don't see them winning the championship. I see Connecticut beating them in a series. I see Washington beating them in a series. I see the Storm beating them in a series. And I see Chicago beating them in a series. And it's not to say that they can't beat any of these teams, but I just think if both sides are playing their best basketball, they have everything. I'm not going to say Seattle because I haven't watched enough of Seattle, but I'll say Washington for sure. I'll say Connecticut can't. One team I'm sure about. I'm sure about Washington. I think the only thing that Washington lacks, and they lost on a comeback from Connecticut today. I think the only thing they lack is I don't like their coach. I don't think they're properly disciplined. But I think if they really want it right now, they can get it right now. I still think that about Washington. I just don't think they have the proper leadership. But as far as pieces, they have everything you need to win it all. But I definitely feel like they can beat the Aces. And I think a key to just doing that is just attacking that paint. They're not heavy down there. We understand they'll zone, they'll trap, all that. But just wear Asia down, make them work, get them in foul trouble, and I think you'll see a lot of that being the focus come playoff time. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. You think I'm way off? I know the Aces are the betting favorite, and I think when they look good, it just looks so good. Like, man, they winning the championship for sure. But I think they're a year off. I think they're right there, but I think the Aces are a year off from a championship. I think it was a big move for Seattle adding Tina. And I think Washington, Connecticut, and Chicago are just deeper teams with, and they're going to do it this year. It's going to be one of them, and they're going to knock off the Aces. So I'll get more in depth as the playoffs near, and when the bet odds come up and stuff like that, and tell you who I'm putting my money on. But right now, I'm not putting my money on the Aces. So let me know what you think about that. Just to recap of today, the Dream beat the Storm 90-76. The Sparks beat the Liberty 84-74. The Mystics beat the Mystics lost a lead to the Sun and lost in overtime. And Jones had a big block over Natasha Cloud. And the Aces are getting smoked, rumbled, bamboozled, pummeled on Amazon Prime right now against the garbage Minnesota Lynx. Let me check out some stats real quick. Hold on. Hopefully this don't mess my audio. If my audio does get messed up again, I apologize. I'm still trying to figure out what's causing that. Brianna Stewart, she dropped 19 on 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 5 rebounds. Hey, Lloyd only had 9 points. Sue Bird had 6. Parker, I like Parker a lot for Atlanta. I think it could have been argued that she could have been an all-star. I know there's a lot of affirmative action all-stars on the team, but I feel like Parker just having a solid year. And outside of Howard, she's been that key impact piece. And even on the games that Howard has kind of slowed it down and balancing motherhood, and all, I just like what I'm seeing from Parker. So 21 points, 9 rebounds. Let me see how many blocks. Um, no blocks, no steals. Ryan Howard, she had 16 points, 7 of 12, efficient day, 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Uh, let's see. Ari McDonald, 13 points, 1 of 2 from 3, 3 of 5 from the field, 15 minutes. Let's go back. Let's go to the Liberty and the Sparks. I know both of the sisters had solid games. We had Sabrina with 14, 9, and 8. Now I know I've been harsh on her on the page, but she has been turning up um, post. I think post voting and stuff like that. She's been more solid, and I have no problems with taking my hat off. But still, a loss is a loss. Um, 6 turnovers though. 6 turnovers is horrible. -8, -8. Let's see what Howard do. 13 points to All-Star. Natasha Howard, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. She was a -5. Uh, Goon K Necker put up 22 and 6. Cam Page put up 16, 8 and 3. Shanae put up 12 and 10, so a solid game by the sisters. Canada put up 11, 4 and 7. I actually like the Sparks. I think they have a solid team, and they're one of the teams that's on the bottom that I do think once they come together and just gel all the way, that they could probably make a little bit of noise and maybe shock somebody in the playoffs. Only thing is the speed of Cambridge. It's the league is quick, so that would be something I would be attacking in the playoffs, and we've seen teams attack that. But she just would have to be. I would let her dominate on the other end, but systems aren't really. It's the same thing like you get with Gobert. I mean, we understand she can shoot, but that's just something that'll get attacked in the playoffs. So for the Mystics in Connecticut, Bonner had 7. Thomas had 23 and 9, 9 of 17 from the field. Jonquil Jones, 11, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. Thomas had 2 blocks. Williams had 15. I mean, I like Connecticut a lot. This is one of those teams that I think they play hard. They have versatile, long players, scrappy, in your face, just a tough all around team. And I think if this team won the championship, this is the type of team that you want being at the front of the league. Just everything about everything that's right about the WNBA is with the Suns. So I like a lot of stuff that I see from them. DC, I like their team as far as talent. I don't necessarily like attitude and effort all the time with this team, and playing and not playing and taking plays off. I don't just see a consistent just want from this team right now. Austin had 13. I think she's underplaying on her capability because she takes plays off. Clark had 13. Atkins, she's been that model of consistency, but outside of her, it's just too inconsistent for me. And that's my recap, man. WNBA Sundays, one of our best days for covering the sport. Shout out to all the W supporters. Like, share, subscribe. Get us in that algorithm. Nostalgia, Hoops, Nostalgia, Sports, and Culture. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. I'm up.